Hello guys, and first of all I want to dedicate this video to the memory and to the honor of Diogo Jota. I will make all of my videos this season in memory of Diogo Jota, so I dedicate this to his memory. He will be never ever forgotten, he will be forever remembered. And about grief, I just wanted to say one thing, that Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva tragically losing their lives in a moment, and life goes on. The sun comes up the next day, and sometimes it feels unfair. The sun rises the next day as if nothing happened, but over the long term you actually realize that life going on is actually a gift, because you need structure and you need routine and you need things to do to keep you occupied and to distract you from this bottomless pit of grief that could swallow each of us. And the sun coming up the next day is actually a gift. Waking up, being alive is a gift, and the world keeps spinning. So we have to get out of bed, we have to put one foot in front of the other, and we have to make the world a better place. And that's what I try to do with my videos, to spread positivity, to entertain you guys, and to inform you guys about Liverpool's latest transfer news updates. And also Diogo Jota, the man we all lost, and it feels like losing a family member. He wouldn't want us to stop living, he wouldn't want us to just grieve him all day and all night. He would want us to continue our lives, and he would want us to continue the legacy of Liverpool Football Club. And that's what I try to do on my channel. And also Diogo Jota would want us to pursue our passions and pursue our interests as much as possible and to find fulfillment through that. So that's what I will try to do by making these videos. It actually also helps me process my grief and helps me occupy the next few days and a few weeks. And today's main topic is Alexander Isak, because his stay at Newcastle is not guaranteed, because there have been some setbacks in the contract talks. Some English journalists are reporting that Newcastle United could yet face heartbreak over Alexander Isak's future, because so far Newcastle failed to agree a new contract with Alexander Isak. He doesn't really want to extend his contract because he wants to keep his options open, and he would love to play for Liverpool. I'm hearing from his agent that Alexander Isak would be interested in a move to Liverpool, and Liverpool were planning to sign an attacker even before this tragic passing of Diogo Jota. But now I think it's absolutely certain and absolutely guaranteed that Liverpool will sign, or will have to sign, a forward. And that's just a sad, tragic situation that Liverpool find themselves in, that the football world doesn't stand still. The football world will keep moving forward, the football business will have to keep moving forward, so Liverpool will have to move forward and deal with this sad, tragic situation. And according to the Daily Mail, Newcastle will offer Alexander Isak a new contract, but there is no guarantee that the striker will take that new contract. And Alexander Isak could get a much bigger wage at Liverpool. And also the latest news is that no major progress has been made in the contract talks between Newcastle and Alexander Isak, and it is believed that Isak is not unhappy at Newcastle, but he's earning a wage well below his market value. And the fact that Newcastle said that he's worth 150 or 200 million pounds, then Alexander Isak and his agent would rightfully ask, then pay us like a player worth 150 or 200 million pounds. And that's the thing, Newcastle United cannot afford to do that. So while Newcastle are clear that Isak is not for sale, his departure is not impossible, because if Newcastle can't give Isak a contract that is worthy of a world-class player, then other clubs will. And at the moment it looks like the transfer dominoes started falling with a lot of transfer moves. Already João Pedro and Liam Delap signed for Chelsea, Gyökeres is on the verge of signing for Arsenal, Osimhen is on the verge of signing for Galatasaray. Osimhen was third or fourth choice transfer target for Liverpool. Cunha already signed for Man United. Jonathan David, a free agent worth 50 million euros, signed for Juventus. Juventus. I would have been interested in Liverpool signing Jonathan David on a free transfer, but maybe his profile didn't fit into Liverpool's playing style. And now Alexander Isak is still Liverpool's main transfer target, but there are not a lot of strikers left on the market. Julian Alvarez is another player that is worth 150 million, but Atletico Madrid have no intention to sell him, and that leaves Liverpool with Isak, Šeško and Ekitike. And Šeško is not good enough, he's also not exactly the profile that Liverpool are looking for. Ekitike is second choice, so it comes down to the choice of Isak, and if he's not affordable or if Newcastle don't want to sell him, then Hugo Ekitike will be Liverpool's second choice. But also more and more Liverpool fans are saying that maybe Liverpool shouldn't sell Darwin Nunez in these circumstances and keep him for one more season, because there is no guarantee that Liverpool can get the Isak or Ekitike deal over the line, and then it becomes very complicated. Liverpool can't leave themselves short in the new season. We are already short of attackers with, Darwin Nunez and Luis Diaz linked with exits. Chiesa also linked with exits. Salah is going to the Africa Cup of Nations for a month. So Liverpool have to be very careful not to be awfully short when it comes to attacking options. And yes, I know that we will badly miss Diogo Jota emotionally, but also on the pitch we will badly miss him after his tragic passing, which is still devastating me. And Graham Bailey, who is a very well respected journalist, he said that Isak has always been in play for Liverpool. I'm confident with my sources on him and what we are hearing. Yes, Newcastle are willing to break their restructure on a new deal for him, but Liverpool are keeping a close eye on the talks, and it's going to come to a head very soon. There is not much coming out from Newcastle's end, so we will wait to see which way it goes. But at the moment, the contract talks haven't progressed, which is good news for Liverpool. And Liverpool are not being deterred. We are not quite sure why that is, but they seem to think there is a chink of light there. There is a hope of Liverpool getting Isak. Whilst this new contract hasn't been signed, Liverpool will remain hopeful that Liverpool can get Alexander Isak. And Liverpool are not afraid to spend big money. We already showed that with spending 116 million pounds on Florian Wirtz, and Liverpool could easily spend 120, 130, 140 million on Alexander Isak. If I were in charge of Liverpool, I would actually sell Darwin Nunez, bring in Alexander Isak, and maybe play Luis Diaz as a false nine, alternating with Alexander Isak. And you would have Gakpo and Chiesa on the left wing, Salah and Chiesa on the right wing, and I would use Chiesa a lot more, because selling Chiesa for 10 million, that doesn't move the needle much for Liverpool. Selling Nunez for 50 or 60 million, now we're talking, that's a much bigger transfer fee that Liverpool could get for him. And also, even though us Liverpool fans are afraid of having too many changes in the squad, too much churn as they say it, Richard Hughes and Arne Slot operate differently to Jurgen Klopp. Because under Jurgen Klopp, wholesale changes during one summer transfer window wasn't really the norm, except in 2023, where we signed 4 new midfielders. We got rid of Fabinho and Henderson, and I think Naby Keita left as well. Arne Slot has shown a remarkable comfort with having many changes during transfer window. Whether by design or necessity, during his time at Feyenoord, Arne Slot worked within a model that demanded constantly refreshing the squad. And even when Feyenoord was successful winning the league, he made changes. More importantly, he didn't just survive those changes, he improved his team while doing it. Feyenoord posted more points in his final season. And of course, Liverpool have the stance publicly that Luis Diaz is not for sale, but privately, I'm not sure that holds, because if a big enough offer arrives for Luis Diaz, then Liverpool would be willing to sell, but only because Luis Diaz is turning 29 years old very soon, and he's agitating for a move towards Barcelona or Bayern Munich, so he would be interested in moving away from Liverpool. And also, if you get 75 million pounds for Luis Diaz, you can easily replace him with a younger version. I'm a big fan of Luis Diaz. I don't want him to be sold. I would be more comfortable with him staying for the remainder of his contract. He has 2 years left, and even if he runs down his contract and leaves on a free transfer, Liverpool got 5 years out of him, which I think would be brilliant. But especially if the Saudi clubs start bidding crazy amounts for Luis Diaz, then Liverpool would be accepting those offers. And this isn't about just Liverpool being desperate to sell Luis Diaz, because he played a key role in Liverpool winning the Premier League title, and he remains a high-performing forward or high-performing attacker in his prime, but he also represents one of Liverpool's best chances to get a significant transfer fee for a player who is 28, 29 years old, and his contract is also ticking, but it's not critical at the moment, but his value and his market value is quite, his profile is marketable and his market value is quite high. Maybe Liverpool says if Saudi comes in with a crazy offer, you can go Luis Diaz, but if Bayern Munich or Barcelona are not willing to match those crazy offers, then you are staying. And if Luis Diaz stays and offers hits and the offer hits the numbers they want, then he goes. But if he stays, I think he will be a very valuable player for Liverpool this season as well. And it's just business logic. Liverpool have its valuation of Luis Diaz. The player has his own preferences. So we shall wait and see what kind of transfer deal Liverpool can come up with. And the Italian news outlet Corriere dello Sport reports that the Napoli owner, De Laurentiis, is personally conducting negotiations to sign Darwin Nunez. He's a pain in the and he asks for big money to sell his players, but he offers little money to buy his players. But because he's involved, the Liverpool will probably get closer to what Liverpool are asking for. At the moment, Napoli are prepared to pay £47.4 million, which is around 55 million euros. That would be broken down to like 50 million euros up front and another 5-6 million in add-ons. Also, Napoli are prepared to pay Darwin Nunez £100,000 per week after tax, which is between 5 or 6 million euros net salary per year. And also the latest news is that according to Christian Falk, Bayern Munich have set an upper limit on any potential bidding for Luis Diaz, and that is 60 million euros, which is 51.6 million pounds plus possible bonuses. So if the bonuses reach like 60 million pounds, then I would think about it. But as I said, Liverpool are looking for 65-70 million pounds for Luis Diaz. But Christian Falk is saying that it's important to note that Bayern wish to operate with respect and care following the terrible accident that took the lives of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. So with that in mind, Bayern have decided to hold off on transfer talks with Liverpool for the very near future. So maybe they will open talks like next week after things have settled down a little bit. But Bayern have informed Luis Diaz's agent that they absolutely want to sign Luis Diaz this summer. Luis Diaz's dream move is, of course, Barcelona, but he is interested in a move to Bayern Munich as well. I think Luis Diaz would prefer to stay in Europe and to play for Bayern. If he had to choose between Saudi moves or move to Bayern Munich, then I think he would choose Bayern Munich, because he would still want to stay in Europe and play in the Champions League, because these guys know that they can go to Saudi when they are 32, 33 years old and get that big money contract at the last part of their career. Galatasaray are also confident of agreeing a payment structure with Napoli to sign Victor Osimhen. A key meeting has happened today as Galatasaray is trying to reach an agreement on structure with Napoli to sign Victor Osimhen. So that's, I think, almost completed. And after Napoli sold Osimhen, they will go big on Darwin Nunez, and that's when we will start things accelerating with the sale of Darwin Nunez to Napoli, and that's when Liverpool will move for the striker target, and hopefully that will be Alexander Isak. But I wouldn't be too unhappy with Hugo Ekitike either. I think Ekitike is an upgrade on Darwin Nunez as well, but Alexander Isak is a massive upgrade. Let me know what they think about everything that we talked about, and Diogo Jota, I dedicate this video to you and to your memory. You will never walk alone. Forever, Diogo Jota, number 20, will be forever remembered. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Goodbye.